Welcome to Optimal Timelines. I am your guide, Sean Collins, in helping you to connect to your most optimal future timeline. So it's going to be your monthly Tarotscope readings for the month of March 2022. And remember, you're going to want to watch two videos, one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house. Now, if you're new to the channel, the reason I use the North Node in the readings as opposed to your sun sign, moon sign, or ascendant is because it's recognized in astrology that the North Node is your life's purpose, what you were born to do and accomplish in this lifetime. So I find it's much more relevant across the board for people's lives. So let's get started on the readings. Okay, so this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope readings for everybody with their North Node in Gemini and or the third house. And it's going to be for March 2022. I'm going to connect to the energies and we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, so the spread on this side of the table represents everything from the 1st to the 15th, and the spread on this side represents everything from the 16th to the end of the month. And just like last month, I did a book divination using the great North Node book, Jan Spiller's Astrology for the Soul, and really great book. And what came up for you big time, you North Nodes in Gemini and or the third house, was information versus intuition. And what that means is, and you could see the card that popped out here is the Queen of Swords. The swords represent the intellect, communication, the mind, okay? Information, okay? And what came up for you with this was your natural ability with your South Node in either Sagittarius or the 9th house. You have a natural intuition, like you've gained, and even if you're don't have a ton of education in this lifetime, you have a natural knack for knowledge, like almost like a natural inner knowledge, and that comes from many past lives of study and scholarship, learning, okay, all of those things in different capacities, not only in structured like educational institutions, but learning in spiritual organizations, learning even in life and businesses, okay. So you have this natural knowledge, and it comes to you now intuitively. So when a situation happens, what ends up happening is your natural inclination is you have an intuitive hit, or it'll like a gut feeling or gut reaction. But what wants to happen in this lifetime is for you to gather information as opposed to intuitively responding to things, because you do have that natural intuition, but a lot of times it can be almost like too impulsive and doesn't really serve you in this lifetime. And so so gathering information, what does that mean? That means that when a situation arises, you might have an instinctual or intuitive response to it. But a lot of times it can be a little off, like it could be impulsive, like the intuition is toned down in this lifetime, if that makes sense. Because what wants to come up is, when you think of the areas of the body, where are gut instincts and intuition? Gut instincts are here and intuition. Okay, so it's the marrying of this. But what wants to happen in this lifetime is gathering information, like gathering data. So a situation arises and you have a reaction to it. Instead of reacting from a gut or intuitive, response, you react to it by first gathering information, like, okay, let me make sure I understand this. So that's what's really wanting to come up in this first half of the month, is you are going to have you're going to have an ability and to react to different things in your life, okay? And when you react to them, gather more information on whatever is happening. I feel for a lot of you, it could happen in a work or career type environment, and that could be even if you are, working from home or whatever. I feel like it could happen. But the thing that's really going to happen this first half of the month is, if you are feeling stuck in your life in any area of it, or more than one area in your life, if you're feeling like a stuck and a stagnation energy, the way out of it is to get more information, okay? Data, okay? Receive data, go through things. And then also, when you're getting that, you can get that information through communication. So asking questions, communicating with others. And that's how I feel like you're going to get, unstuck. A lot of you might be feeling this stagnation because, you've kind of reacted to situations based on not really having enough information, okay? And that is where you've kind of like maybe got yourself pinned into a corner. Again, I think it's going to happen not only in work, but also, if this makes sense, to your personal philosophy and outlook on life. So those two areas, I'm seeing like whatever it is you do work-wise or, creative-wise, okay, that's one area. But then also with your kind of like worldview. So when information comes in or a situation happens, gathering that knowledge is going to give you a clearer picture. And so then you can act from a more informed, situation. You can act. So, when I think a lot of this has played out too through relationships. Like I'm seeing like a lot of you may have experienced a lot of misunderstandings in relationships, and almost like you're feeling like, like people don't get you sometimes. And that just comes from the fact that, you have this stored up natural knowledge from these past lives, and with your South Node in, Sagittarius or the 9th house. And a lot of times it seems like people don't get you because you're trying to deal with situations and them like on the fly, and just like, going, because it worked for you in past lives where you were just like, a situation happened, you're like, oh, I know the answer, boom. So kind of like reacting too quickly as opposed to not getting all the information. So whatever happens this first half of the month, remember, Get more information before you act or react or before you make decisions. Gather as much information and do that through reading, whatever way you can get that information, communicating with others. Okay, now the second half of the month, what I see going on is I feel like there is a big opening that is going to happen that can clear things up. Like what's wanting to happen is, I feel like a lot of you are, the second half of the month, are kind of waiting for certain things to develop in your life. Like I see this, they're kind of showing me this like waiting and waiting and waiting. And I feel like the waiting, you're going to start to see advancements and growth, this month. Okay, there is the possibility. There's some of you that maybe experiencing like some anxiety and fear, and I feel like that is going to start to drop away in this lifetime, because I feel like, you're going to start to see kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel. But remember, when a situation happens, if we don't have, as they say, intel, like good intelligence, good intelligence meaning like information on a situation. If we don't have the right information, it's hard for us to make our way through that situation, okay? And so part of that is the information gives you a higher perspective. So you can see in the Hanged Man here, okay? Reverse is that one of the things that the Hanged Man represents is, yes, being able to to release control, but in this case, it also means a new perspective, seeing things in a new way, and that's what information does. The information that you get is going to help you to see things in a new way. I'll give you an example, because I've been talking a lot about this, but I want to give you like a real life example. Let's take in a personal relationship that you have. There could be, I'm sure that this has happened. I know this because I know people with this placement that's happened, where there's a situation where you feel like people don't get you, or they don't know where you're coming from, and there's like misunderstandings, okay? And, people take you the wrong way, okay? And you feel like a lot of times it's because they don't get the situation the way you see it. But what ends up happening is, when you get a new perspective and you get more information, instead of making a quick decision, okay, in a personal relationship, that's why there can be conflict, because then the other person sees things in a certain way and you see things in a certain way. But if you stand back and get information, you can see where they're coming from. So that's where, see, the information and communication is really important. Super, super important for you. Remember, your North Node in Gemini, or the third house, is ruled by Mercury, okay? Communication, information, data, okay? That is what is going to help you. Now, you already have a natural intuition. Now, you can see here the High Priestess, okay? Where you can go this month is, you can marry. We see the polarities of the black pillar and the white pillar, okay? The black pillar representing the polarity of the feminine intuition, instincts, and the white pillar representing the masculine, analytical mind, data, communication, okay? This is the balance of the two. And so what ends up happening is, when all the North nodes, it's all about balance. When you balance this in your life, when you balance and you are able to seek more information, seek higher understandings of situations, and you're not having as many, misunderstandings, okay? When you seek that, then this higher mind links up with your intuition, and you become super, super powerful. You become whole, okay? Because that's what the north node, south node thing is. It's balancing the energies of, whole, becoming whole, okay? And you become way, way, way more powerful and effective in your life, okay? So just remember, if, a lot of you may have experienced a lot of like misunderstandings, remember to always seek as much information as possible, and you will see that when you do that, things will be much more clearer. You'll be able to make decisions and deal with people in relationships and situations in a much more effective way. So anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and you found some value in it. Thank you so much for watching. If you could hit that like button, it really helps. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Really helps with the algorithms. Much appreciation, much love. Again, if you'd like a personal reading, there'll be a link in the description box below. But again, thank you so much. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings.